Hello and welcome to Trapping Radio 2.0. This is Jeff Dunlap, and I'll be doing the podcast this week. And got quite a few different things I want to talk about. And first of all, I want to take care of our sponsors, F&T out of Alpena, Michigan. They have everything you need for hound hunting, trapping, predator calling, pretty much everything you need. You can go on their website and check them out. They also have a new store, so you can go, if in the Alpena area or if you're heading to the Nationals, and what you can do is stop right in. It's an awesome store they have. There's nothing like I've ever seen before. So give them a call at www.fntpost.com. Also, we have Funky's trap tags out of Alan Sayers out of Iowa. Alan's an awesome guy, and he really does a good job for trappers. He donates a lot for trappers, and he's just an awesome guy. If you want to deal with an awesome guy, call Alan Sayers at Funky's, or Hilltop. So Alan owns both companies. You got Jeb Hollingsworth out of Oklahoma, Hollingshead out of Oklahoma, and you can go under Okie Trapline Supplies, and you'll find Jeb. And Jeb buys fur. He does all kinds of glands and meat and stuff like that. He's got all the weirdo stuff that you definitely if you're looking for. That Jeb's the guy, the go-to guy. We also have Dunlap lures. What can I say? Dunlap lures. Appreciate everybody that uses my products, and that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today is about lures and bait companies, and why we made decisions that we made, and I just really do appreciate everybody that uses Dunlap lures. The trappers have always stuck by me and treated me great, and using our products, and just friendly, and I really, really do feel I owe the trapping community a lot. My whole life, I pretty much owe them. And those are our sponsors. We're going to be looking for sponsors. Also, for different things we're doing. If you want to be a sponsor on this show, or at the end of the show, different things, get a hold of me or Sarah, and we'll give you the pricing on it and everything else. So that being said, because like Clint always said, it's not free to do the server and all that. Now I really know he was telling 100% of the truth, So also, what I wanted to talk about, to start with this week is, in case you hadn't heard, me and Sarah bought Predator Control Group and Trapping Radio and all that. Clint wanted to have time to just go trapping when he wanted to, not have to worry about it, be out of the public eye, not have to worry about sales and all that stuff, and and he has other interests. Like I like to go metal detecting. Am I going to quit trapping for it? No, but Clint has a different stuff he wants to go conquer, and I'm sure he'll be back at some point. He will be at the Fur Takers running his booth, and at the Nationals, both. So, I look forward to hanging out with him. Me and Sarah going down there to his and Cindy's house the 4th of July weekend. Going to hang out with him and Cindy, and Alan Sayers from Funky's is going to be there. Carl and Liz from Razorback Snares. Seems like somebody else was going to be there too, but I don't remember who it was. So, sorry, whoever it was. I know we're going. That's what I can barely keep that straight. So, but the thing is with us buying it, there was a lot of different things to look at with us buying Predator Control Group, and it's like being behind the scenes and seeing, knowing what different people are doing. There's a lot of what goes on is, lures that are sold, and I'm not going to name no names. It ain't my business to name their names because they went a way that they wanted to go. So I'm not going to out anybody because it's their business, and I wouldn't like it if they did it if they did it to me. So. But there are businesses out there, lure companies and stuff that people, I see them on Facebook and stuff, say, I use so-and-so's lures, because, because of, I almost said the name, one of the names of so-and-so. He doesn't own that company. He hasn't owned it since like 92, so, that's the thing is, but you have different ways of going at. People look at it where, thinking how to say it. People look at it as if you don't think, as the consumers, that the original person is making it. Because a lot of times, if I'm buying a product, off a smaller company or something, I'm buying it off that person, and I like that person. And I'm using their product because I like them. I like what they have to say and stuff like that. Try not to buy off somebody I think is an asshole or treated me badly. Sometimes you're forced to, but what they do is they don't let it out that it was sold. And that's one option to go. You got another option to go where. You come out and you say exactly, I bought this, and that's, like Scott Welch when he took over Blackie's. That's what Scott did. He come out and said, he was buying it, and it was all public knowledge. And we could have went either way with this. We could have had it where, we had it, kept it a secret, and we discussed all of it, but. Our thing is me and Sarah, our lives are pretty open with the trapping community and our friends, and we didn't want to lie. We didn't want to lie to you, just because you don't tell everything you know doesn't make you a liar. But if you go and buy products and you think that our hand wasn't involved. You only thought Clint was, then that would be a lie, and we didn't want to do that. We basically didn't want to go out there and start living a lie, and having this stuff on our table, and have it where we, basically lying to our customers and friends and stuff that come up there, and And the thing is you only can keep a lie for so long. Then what? In 5 years, all of a sudden, we're still, hauling the stuff around for Clint to his shows. So, we would have thought that honesty was the best policy, and that's the route we chose to do. I don't think anybody is. I've had people tell me that, people think you're too corporate. You know what? I still make no matter how much we sell Dunlap lures, I make them exactly the same in 2.5 gallon batches and 5 gallon batches. That's what I make them all in, because of I've tried to take it bigger, make bigger batches, and it doesn't turn out right, and I end up throwing it away because it ain't right, and I ain't putting nothing in a bottle that I wouldn't use myself. So. I throw a whole bucket full of stuff away because it isn't, or a bigger batch, 20 gallons or something, because it ain't right. And it'll blow up on people, and so so the thing is it's always going to be made the same. Is what I'm trying to say. And we went out trapping, all over the United States this year, and we're going to continue to do that. That's what I love. When I was in the hospital, and I thought, you know what? I hope this wasn't my last first season. And I told people this before, and a lot of you, people listen to Traffic Radio. I've told, and I was laying there. And I really thought I was going to die. I told Jeff Haggerty, I said, I really hope that last season wasn't my last season ever be able to trap. And I started feeling better. I thought, you know what? There's a lot of places I want to go trap. A lot of the areas I want to go do this stuff in, and I'm gonna make a commitment to myself that I'm gonna go all these places and trap everything I want to do. And that's exactly what I did. And that's the thing is we get a lot of opportunity to go do that stuff because of the business that we're in, and we're very blessed. And I have been my whole life. But the thing is it makes me laugh. Somebody tell me I'm corporate because people think you're too corporate. The thing is I'm about as far away from corporate as you could get. I quit high school in the 10th grade to go out and be a professional trapper and coon hunter, and then the price dropped out of it, and then it was a struggle, on and off for a long time. I caught bait, and I made my living off of the outdoors my entire life. That ain't corporate. So I know that most of you out there don't think that, but that was what some people have said to me when I was we were thinking about buying this, and because there was one dealer that got a hold of me and said, we had a guy call up here, and he said, I'm not buying none of that Jeff Dunlap stuff anymore. And he says, they said, well, why is that? And he says, because he come out with another line of lures that she traps, trying to get more business. That that's where people draw conclusions on stuff that is absolutely not true. I didn't, it's like there was nothing I needed to, do to have more business or anything like that. Sarah had trapped, and we got together, and she wanted come out with a couple of her own lures, and we had an awesome time building, the lure line. Yeah, was I involved? Absolutely I was. Did I do it for more sales? No. I did it because, it was fun for me and Sarah to go do that together, and, they're great products, and, like I said, we had a lot of fun coming out with them, and, that's Sarah's line. And she knows how to make every single thing that Dunlap Lures makes. If you get a bottle of Dunlap Lures, she put the label on it and put the stuff in it. I mix it up. Sarah bottles it. Like I was bottling some yesterday because she's down to Iowa, picking up some stuff from Funkies. But that's the thing is that wasn't ever why we come out with the she-trap stuff. It was because Sarah thought that getting away from the lures part of it, that she could get women involved with trapping and stuff, and she's done a really good job at that. And not only women, there's a lot of men, see her doing this stuff, and they're like, she does it, I can do it. It looks like fun, and we hear that quite a bit. So. That's the thing is people draw conclusions on stuff that are not true. It's what they've made up themselves, because, you don't want to use my products because, somebody I care about a lot, wanted to come out with a lure line and I was involved in it. Fine. If that your only reason was using my stuff before was because I didn't help the person I cared about, then fine, don't use it. But, it seems pretty silly to me. It's like buying Predator Control Group. Did we need Predator Control Group? Part of it is we needed it like a like I need a third eye, I mean, we're busy and, got to get ahead. But we looked at the situation, thought, if we reorganize this, work a little bit harder this time and get ahead on stuff, we can do this, So um, basically, basically, when you think that you are at your limit and can't do no more, Sarah will tell you that you can do more. So, so that's the thing is, um, there's multiple reasons why I wanted to, why I initially wanted to buy it was because of the fact of like some people go out and they'll go on do buy trapping instructions and go to schools, go to the fur takers, or Matt and Brian's school, Chappie's school, to New York, Zager School, Mark June's school, Ed Schneider's school. There's all these schools that people go to, and I mean, there's lots. Kendall and Lee and Leon's school and Denise's. So that's the thing is, there's all these schools, and people go to them, and you see the pictures, and there's lots of people there, more at some than others, but I mean, there's still a lot of people who go to them. They're going there to get knowledge, to be better trappers, to be able to be more effective, because that's what they love. And one reason that I went and wanted to, when me and Sarah started talking about it, buying Predator Control Group, was because of the fact that I love doing the lures and coming out with bases and knowing the knowledge how to, make stuff that will bring the different types of animals to that set. And I love that. So I know what my dad knew, not everything, but a lot, and I know what I know that I've learned my whole life. And the thing is I've talked to other lure makers, that were done, and talked to them about bases and this and this and this and what holds up, But I wanted to know, what does Clint know? What has he learned? He's been doing this for his basically whole adult life. He's been all over the country. He's made lures. He's been successful. One of the most successful lure makers around. I want to know what he knows. And on that aspect, it's worth every penny. Because you can put what Clint knows and what I know and what my dad knows and other stuff I picked up from other people, and you start putting, the more knowledge you gather about something, the better you're going to be at it. And and I mean, I like being successful on making stuff that gets animals and different types of animals to come into stuff, and get it to hold up longer than just throwing some meat in a hole. I mean, it was, like I said, it was worth every penny to get to know exactly what Clint knows and be able to call him up and ask him, what about this? What about this? What did you find out? In a way, because Clint's a good friend, but we never talked about, making lures or what does he use or what do I use? I mean, the most is like, he'd say, hey, you got any extra shellfish? Could you bring it to the show for me? Because I'm going to need some, and, so-and-so can't get it out. So I'd, take him some shellfish, but wouldn't ask him what he was putting it in. There's none of that. So, I didn't know, what he puts in Cat Collector. And it's interesting to see his style of lure and bait making, because I know mine. Even Sarah's is way different on her thought process on it than mine. But it was interesting to see Clint, his process, and I called him up and I said, you're way different on this and this and this and this than I am. He said, so basically you're saying that I've been wasting money for all these years. I was like, no, I'm not saying that. You're misunderstanding. The processes both work. They're just radically different. And you'd think you just put stuff here and put, in a bottle, but it's more than that. And I just wanted to have it where, you know, I just want to be the best I can be. And sometimes you have to pay because you're going to pay either way. Every mistake you make in the lures and baits or in life, every lesson you learn is going to cost you. Whether it's with learning it on your own or you're paying somebody, and you are going to pay. But that's one of the reasons why I personally wanted to buy it. To be a better lure and bait maker, to learn more, and like I say, it was worth every penny. And I learned a lot, still learning a lot, and that's the thing is. I personally never ever sat and thought, you know what, I can't make this stuff that Clint makes or whatever. I sat there, we went through it, we made everything, and I didn't see no problem with anything. It's identically to what Clint makes, and you just follow the directions. Where you would run into problems if you had somebody where I eyeball this and dip this and put that in, and I just kind of pour it for like 2 seconds, and it has to be wrote down and followed, and the lure formula is built that way. And then you can do it identically how they did it, and we get the essential oils in the same place. There's some stuff that even I have to buy from other people, which was really weird to me. That I never even had thought of. That's one of the things I paid to learn is this different products you buy from this person or that person. And I'm around them people at conventions all the time. Didn't even know they even handled it. So on that aspect as a lure maker, it's invaluable. The other thing is, like I say, I just thought we could do a good job with running it. The one other thing is, with full transparency, is tomorrow, on Amazon, they had traps, lures, baits, snares, everything you ever need to go trapping on Amazon was sold on there. One day, a lot of people knew it was coming. I wasn't one of them people, but they banned traps and stuff on there. And once in a while something will pop up. They haven't picked up the algorithms or whatever they're looking for with traps, but they don't want them on there. And the same thing could happen with the social media. It could happen with Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, where all trapping is gone one day when we wake up. And I don't want the social media where I can reach out to trappers and tell them what's going on and have them involved in my life and I'm involved in their life. I don't want to rely just on Facebook or YouTube or any of that. I wanted something to be able to reach out and talk to trappers, and that's those other thing is trapping radio, and I didn't want that to end up with somebody else, so that was a big thing. Clint did almost 500 episodes. That's a lot of talking. Do I think I got 500 episodes in me? Probably not. Being honest, probably not. Clint's a good talker. I'm not a good talker. That's just me. Fidgety and just the way it is. Different personalities, but we do have a lot of big things in the works. I talked to Jeff Haggerty and talked to Nick, and they both had some great ideas. And and Sarah always has great ideas. We're trying to. It's going to take a little time, but we got some stuff we're working on that I think that trappers are really going to like. And and I would like to use this platform to reach out and get more people involved in trapping. Not necessarily beaver trapping. Just kidding. But the price comes up, everybody comes out of the woodwork. Up here, We go out and set traps, and we might run into one or two other trappers, out there trapping spring beaver, because that's one of my favorite things to do is spring beaver trap. Everything's just fresh, and um, it's a lot of fun, and there isn't we've run into one or two local guys. This year, there was a bunch more out because beaver prices are up, and they went out, and everybody likes to spring beaver trap. It's fun, and so basically there'll be more next year, and and we need all them people. We need all the support we can get in trapping, and that's why I'm hoping like I say, use this platform to get more people involved. And even if they're not going to do the fur trapping, if they're just going to do catch possums and raccoons on their own property, stuff like that. But those are some of the big reasons that me and Sarah decided we wanted to buy Predator Control Group. And there was another reason. I thought it would be really cool to be the owner of Predator Control Group. My good friend owned it. I didn't want it to go to somebody else. Wouldn't love it and care about it. And one of the last things after we made the deal, I told Clint, I says, I'm really nervous about this. And he says, about this, and this. And I said, no, I just don't want to, do a bad job, for you, because I do. I feel I own it. I can do whatever I want with it, as long as Sarah says it's okay. And but the thing is I do care what Clint thinks. He's a dear friend, and I would never do nothing that would make him regret selling it to us. And basically wanted to, like I say, I just wanted to. I thought it'd be cool to own Predator Control Group and Trapping Radio and all this other stuff. So we did it. In a down market, we decided, hey, it'd be a great idea. Let's go out and take all our money, and we're going to buy Predator Control Group, another lure company. But the opportunity comes, and you gotta either do it or don't do it. And it's like I told Sarah. I said, the thing is if you want to do something, you gotta just jump out there and do it, and worry about what's going to happen later. And that's basically what we both did, is just jump out there. But she's a lot more brave on jumping out there than I am sometimes, so, but she's she really got a good business head about her, and it's really smart, and she's good with all that stuff. I can edit video, and that's about it. So, but but if on this, like I say, we're going to get on the Trapping Radio. What we're going to do is we're going to try and get some really cool stuff on here. So people have been on here, but mostly, people that but haven't been on here or any other podcasts before. And I know a lot of them people, so I think I could get them on, hopefully. And we're going to try and do some cool stuff. If you happen to, think something would be a good idea, open to suggestions. Definitely not the smartest guy in the room, coming up with ideas and stuff all the time. So if you have any ideas about what we could do, I'm open to suggestions. And, One thing we have done is not just have it, if you're listening to this on the website, you know, it's also on Spotify, it's on a bunch of different platforms, it's on YouTube, um, I can't remember them all. Amazon Music, YouTube Music, you know, and it's on a bunch of platforms. Going to be on a bunch more. So you know, go and check it out on them. You know, they got a lot of different stuff you can you know do, you know, as far as downloading it and stuff like that. So it's really cool to be able to, you know, the way they have the stuff set up for podcasts these days, and I can't do any of it. Sarah does it all. So Sarah's putting it up. But she does a great job. She understands it all, and or she doesn't. She takes hours and figures it out. So I really appreciate her a lot. Um, Last week on the show we had you know, Rick from Deep Ravine Fur, and it was nice to have Rick come in and it'd be our first interview, and you know, talk about, you know, beaver prices and all that stuff. And everybody I talk to just says that you know, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, tomorrow the price could drop out of it. Nothing's guaranteed in life, but you know, I mean, that seems to be a really good market right now. And you know, I mean, we ended up averaging $24 on grease beaver. If you don't know what grease beaver are just skinned and then frozen. The hide's frozen. You know, so we pull them out, and that was I think it was 6 of them, which Rick didn't even, you know, he didn't even throw them out. It was you know, I threw them out. So you know, they were just little bitty beaver, you know, a little bit bigger than a muskrat, maybe 2 muskrats put together. So, you know, I mean, if they're itty bitty, they just, you know, I don't think they're worth nothing. So maybe they are, maybe they aren't. If somebody treats me good, I try to treat them good, and I didn't expect somebody to pay me for them little bitty things. And you know, so you know, the thing is, you know, if you want to go out there and, you know, catch something that's worth something, I mean, a lot of times you can sell the carcasses, especially, you know, like on, you know, the beavers in a lot of areas. You know, you can sell, you know, the muskrat carcasses. We buy tons of muskrat carcasses. Would have bought more muskrat carcasses, you know, and like this year, you know, we were paying $1 for a muskrat carcass. That's where you just skin it, throw it in a bag, or you skin the hide off, take what's left and throw it in the bag and count it as 1. Do that to the next one, the next one, the next one, and then when you got 10 in a bag, you tie it off and you got $10. You know, guts, all, tail, head. If you want the head, I told them they could have the head. You know, so you know, there's money in all that. I had one guy get a hold of me and say, you know, that was early on when rat prices were, you know, right in the shitter. And he says, I told him $1 on the carcasses. He said, I can't sell them for that. You know, I want $1.50. And I'm like, I can buy for $1.50. I can go out and buy rats with the hide still on them. You know, probably for the $1 I could. You know, that not now, but you know then. And I'm like, I don't need them that bad. You know, because I pay as much as I can. You know, so, but you know, there's lots of markets out there. You know, but the beaver looks really good. If you can sell the carcasses and get you know, per pound price on the carcass, or you know, sell it for, you know, $3-4. You know, when you got 50 of them, it's extra $150. You know, if you know, with the rats, you know, $1 a piece extra, you ain't got to do nothing. You're just gonna, you know, use a few of them for mink bait and then throw them away. You know, I mean, you know, pretty good money, I think. you know, and so, you know, there is markets out there. The coyote market, you know, I mean, it's not great. You know, it's like with the gray fox. It seemed like some places sold gray fox really well. You know, and then other markets weren't that great. So, you know, I've seen some gray fox go for 15 to 25 bucks. Same way with reds, and I've seen other sales like out Pennsylvania, I think it was like 5 6 bucks. So, you know, I mean, you're gonna have different fur quality and stuff, but you know, if you you know, the fur crafters, it's like New York sale out there at, you know, Cat County sale, and at the Herkimer sale, and then I can't remember the name, Honey Ho. Anyways, out to New York, um, you know, you got lots of crafters that show up, and the thing is, you know, if you can go to one of the sale like that where the crafters are, you're gonna get more money for oddball stuff. Not a lot of gray fox out to New York. Some gray fox show up there, and the crafters drool all over them, and they're gonna buy them, and you know, you're gonna make out good. You know, you know, show up at a sale in Iowa with, you know, raccoons. There's a lot of raccoons there. The crafters, you know, if there's any crafters at their sales, you know, they got a lot of pick. You know, you show up with some fishers, you know, sale in Iowa to sell, you know, that you know, caught, or pine martens, better chance that you're going to make out real good. You know, so, you know, I mean, it's what you have and what the market is. But the thing is, you know, you see the sales of, you know, different stuff. That was only what the market was that day. It you know, people see, you know, that let's say that beaver averaged 40 some dollars or whatever it was at the Arkansas sale. The thing is I sold beaver like, I don't know, 10 days before that, got $9 nose count on some skinned, some not skinned, with the casters cut out of them, and you know, and I got a $9 nose count, and was thrilled. You know, 2 weeks later, they had that sale. If I would have went to them same buyers after that, away from that sale, probably back to a $9 nose count. You know, so it, when you see the stuff from the sale, it's only that day that's what the market was at that particular spot, and you know, nothing, you know, nothing's guaranteed, you know, for over an extended period of time. So, you know, it's important to pick the time when you're selling. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. I was right and wrong. I was the you know, $9 was awesome nose count for stretch, or you know, beaver in the carcass with the casters cut out of them. You know, that was an awesome price to me. If I'd have had more, I'd have sold him more. You know, so um, you know, I mean, do I wish I would have been at the Arkansas sale? Absolutely, because 40 some dollar average is a hell of a lot better than 9. But like I said, I was thrilled to get the 9. Um, but you know, there's markets out there for that stuff. You know, as far as you know, like with beaver, muskrats, you know, I mean, you know, you can sell all that stuff, and it's you know, so there's something you can target to help pay for your expenses and, you know, stuff like that. And you know, I mean, beaver prices, you know, you start averaging, you know, above $20. That's for a greased beaver, that's pretty good. You know, especially you get to keep the carcass, the caster, all that stuff. So um, if you know, then there's, you know, lots of fur buyers running around buying beaver, and you won't have no problem getting rid of them. And you know, I had a buddy the other day I talked to down in Georgia, and he said, "You guys are, you know, it's awesome for you guys getting, you know, that prices on them beaver up there." I'm like, "Yeah, that's not just northern beaver. That is hatter market. You know, I mean, is ours going to weigh a little bit more when they weigh them? Because with the hatter market, it's by the dollar, you know, a dollar amount by the pound. You know, say it would be $7 a pound. If your beaver weighed a pound and a half, and they're paying $10, you would get $15 for that beaver. So it's per pound on the Hatter market, and it doesn't matter if you're in Georgia, Louisiana. The way I understand it, doesn't matter if they're summertime beaver or wintertime beaver. They'll weigh more in the winter than they're going to in the summertime, but they don't care. That's from what I understand. So, like I say, everybody always is doom and gloom. I'm, not everybody. Some people online are doom and gloom, but see, I've been through all this many, many times. And, it's like people talk about the fur boom in the 70s and 80s. Fine. There was and then they'll talk about like 2012, 13, like that would just happened. There was lots of times that the market spiked on certain items and it went high. I mean, was 2012, 2013 awesome? Yeah, it was. It was flat awesome. But, a lot of market peak, high market items went from, 1987 when the market crashed and the price dropped up to 2012, 13. The thing is there was lots of where the market went up, not on all items, but where you could go out and capitalize on certain species and make out good. And we might not all trap for the money, but there is a definite link between money and trapping as far as getting, I wouldn't say necessarily new people, but getting some people out there in the numbers at conventions and to support the associations and stuff like that. There's a definite link between the two. But like in 1997, I think it was. I mean, I averaged $17 on coon. You don't hear anybody talking about 1997 in the coon market. But you could, I averaged $17. That's better than I averaged this year. It all, if you take it all in perspective, the thing is there's going to be peaks and valleys, and with each species, mink valleys seem to be a lot longer than other species. But it's like people saying, well, the coon market's never coming back. Well, you know what? They said that on the beaver 2 years ago, and look where we're at now. It just takes one turn and, you're back on top again. So, in full transparency, I am a glass half full person for the most part. I'm like got the gold miner mentality. I just keep, doing my pans of gold, looking for that big nugget, and that next pan's going to have the big nugget. And that's the the way I have to be doing this stuff. Because I really do believe that. I do believe the next year the coon prices come back. I mean, we averaged $9 on raccoons this year. We went out and searched and found a market and had good raccoons. They were Iowa raccoons and they were put up. And we still have 250 in the freezer that we didn't have time to put up because we were off running around getting other stuff. I'm still putting up otter. Right now, I probably could sell the otter for $35. Is that great? Nope. Back in like in the 80s and 90s, probably not the 90s, but in the 80s for sure, otter was a $50 bill. If I caught one, I figured I could get $50 out of it for sure. And then they went up to where I seen when F&T used to buy fur. My dad was there, and Ralph offered one guy $250 for an otter. And the guy called him a crook. So I mean, I wonder what if you take $25 for his otter now. But the thing is, if you want to make a few bucks and be able to sell the stuff, beaver would be a good one to chase after this next year. You know, there's quite a few around throughout the country because of, you know, nobody had really been trapping them because the price was so bad on them. I mean, this year we sold, the worst we sold was $9 in the carcass. You know, we sold him the Perry fur down there. Him and his son stopped, helped us out. I mean, just awesome people. You know, I couldn't say enough nice things about Perry Fur Company down in Louisiana. I mean, most everybody down in Louisiana that traps and stuff and has anything to do with that, it's always been awesome. But you know, Perry is really good, and you know, you know, but the year before that, you know, we got, you know, $6 in the grease. You know, so, you know, that's why I say that next year, I mean, coon prices could come up. I mean, it might be the year after, it might be 5 years. I don't know. Nobody does. But they sure as hell don't know that it's going to be in the toilet for 5 years. So, anybody says they do, you know, you should start playing the stock market because you're in the wrong game if you're that highly intelligent to be able to figure all that out. You know. And the fur buyers are the same way. They can't figure it out either because the thing is they would have been out pumping on the beaver and having piles of them way ahead of time if they would have known that it was going to go, you know, high like it is. Because if they can buy one for 10 and sell it for, say, 24, $14 is a lot better than working on 2 or 3. So, but you know, a lot of the stuff. The guys and ladies, you know, they aren't doing it for the money, but it's certainly nice to be able to get a return, you know, at least something, you know, at least, you know, use them and not just have to, you know, throw them away. So, well, I guess we're going to end there. I got a couple ideas for next week's show. That should be pretty interesting. I'm going to try and have an interview lined up with a really cool guest, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for, you know, tuning in and listening, and, you know, this is the first show I've ever done, you know, me talking for an hour. I kept the swearing to a minimum, which, you know, might not always work, but it worked tonight. So, but I appreciate you all tuning in, and you know, like I say, I'm open to any of your ideas as far as, you know, things to do for the show. So, the other thing I wanted to say real quick, I said it on a live on Facebook the other night. If you come to a show, if you want to go to a trapping convention, but you don't have nobody to go with, and you think, well, I'll get there and I won't have anybody to, you know, hang out with or whatever, you know, during the day we're working the booth and, you know, talking to people there, and you're free to stop by there, and you don't have to spend money, just stop by and talk and stuff. So, but afterwards, last year we stayed, except for the Nationals, we stayed at the campgrounds or the fairgrounds every show, and we're doing that. We didn't even book no motels this year. We're staying right at the shows. So if you're going there and you don't have any friends to go with, and you're worried about that, you know, you just find out where we're camping. We're gonna have a fire going, and the thing is you can come on, hang out with us at our fire. We can talk trapping. We can talk, you know, whatever you want to talk. You know, just we'll all be a big group there. You know, I mean, I'll be there. Sarah will be there. Verts is at some of them will be there. Haggerty will be there. Nick Ernie will be at some of them. You know, so. And lots of other people. So, you know, like I say, if you want to come to a convention, ain't got nobody to hang out with, come hang out at our camp. You'll meet lots of friends, and you know, we might not know who you are, but once you come there, you know, you'll just be one of the trappers. So, anyways, you know, I just want to throw that out there that everybody's welcome to come hang out at our fire. If you're coming there and don't have a chair, I would bring one because the chairs go quick. We only got about 6 of them and they go quick. And I'm really quick at grabbing one. And I will grab it away from you. If you try to get in it, I'll be there first. So, anyways, thanks everybody for listening this week. I really appreciate it. And hopefully I get better and better at doing this. So, see you everybody. Bye.